Welcome back. Every year, on average, 37 people die in level crossing accidents, and almost all of those could have been avoided. Despite flashing lights and boom gates, people are still playing Russian roulette with trains. It's a deadly game that's being caught on tape. Damien Hansen has the story.
I don't want to kill anybody, and none of my mates want to kill anybody. People going through crossings, they just don't care.
Every day, drivers are crossing the line, facing death at level crossings. And this is their shame file. Here's a bus driver ignoring flashing lights and a boom gate to take on a freight train. Watch again as the boom bounces off the top of the bus and the driver puts his life and those of his passengers on the line. Look what happens when this impatient driver takes on a train.
Careless driving, or what I'd like to call some moron driving, is just one small component of level crossing safety.
Dr. George Rechnitzer is a forensic engineer who studied railway crossing safety.
There's really been a deficit of attention to crossings, a deficit of funding, and there hasn't been due attention paid to improving the safety of the crossings.
11 people were killed in the worst rail disaster in 60 years when a truck and a passenger train collided on a level crossing at Kerrang in Victoria 2 years ago. The truck driver was found not guilty of 11 counts of culpable driving.
I'd like to see airbags put on the front of trains. With an airbag on the front of train, we're talking about a large airbag, so it would cushion the impact.
When the Garn collided with a car and a bus in Adelaide in 2002, 4 people were killed. And in Queensland, 2 tilt train drivers died when Queensland's fastest train smashed into a B-double on the level crossing in November last year.
90 tonnes at 100k an hour, we'll just wipe you out no matter what.
Tired of the senseless deaths, tonight it's train drivers who are speaking out. Daryl Longford, whose train collided with a car in rural Queensland.
Flashing lights were working, beautiful clear day. He just didn't stop. I saw him coming, did what I could do. 9 months later, I went back to work.
You go home, your wife and kids, they say, how's your day? Oh, I killed someone today. How do you tell your family that?
Mick Thorne's been driving trains for more than a decade, experiencing firsthand the idiocy of some drivers. Most people, says Mick, can't imagine the force of the impact. The BBC's Top Gear program illustrating what can happen. Even the safest car in Britain, with a 5-star safety rating, doesn't stand a chance. It's squashed like an aluminium can.
Even people, pedestrians, push bikers walking through, pushing through the gates, saying, yeah, we can make it. And one day you won't make it.
And if you do and you get caught, the on-the-spot fines for breaking level crossing laws range from a $300 to a $500 fine with 4 demerit points. And fed-up train drivers say that penalty is simply not harsh enough when you consider the potential for catastrophe.
If you're prepared to drive through a boom gate, it should be instant licence dismissal for at least a minimum of 12 months.
Sometimes words can't describe the stupidity, like this camper van driver making a dash under lowering boom gates. Here, another near miss.
They work, but only to a degree. We need more than that for a safe crossing design.
This driver does a U-turn across the tracks to beat the boom gate.
Waiting for a train to pass might cost you a few minutes of your time.
But not stopping, says train drivers, could cost a lifetime.
Let's take a break. This is Today Tonight. We'll have more in just a moment. Still ahead.